SmackDown Hot Takes, where I take your thoughts, your opinions, your hot takes from the previous episode of SmackDown, Raw, and or PLEs. And if you want a hot take on hot wings, I got one for you. Quit breaking them in two and selling them as two. That's still one hot wing. You just broke them in two. Okay, so let's talk, because Sami Zayn, he won this belt right here. If you want to win the belt right here, well, I'm going to give this belt away. Before we get into hot takes, let me tell you how to win this belt. All you got to do is pin Solo Sikoa, or you can comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, ding ding ding, notification. At 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away this belt right here, and it's pointy, so it hurts. So, all right, let's get going. We've got Goat Buggy. I honestly hate Sami Zayn for beating fan favorites, and he's a heel in my eyes because he always wins. Then we got Francis Sumner. Congratulations, Sammy Uso. You finally did it. You deserve it. Finally did it. He's only been chasing that US belt for 3 weeks, to be fair. We got Jobber Era. I feel bad for Solo, who gets pinned by Sammy 3 nights in a row. Yes, he actually, Solo Sikoa, got pinned in a non-title match, in a tag match, and then in for the title 3 in a row by Sami Zayn. We got Not You Chai Cha. Sami Zayn to Triple H is what Roman was to Vince. Holy cow. That is a comparison. Sami Zayn, the big dog, comparing him to Roman Reigns. You know what? Honestly, Sami Zayn is kind of like the Roman Reigns of the mid-card. I said in my WWE has a Sami Zayn problem like 2 days ago. I didn't think it would be this relevant, that Sami Zayn is like the gatekeeper, and somehow, some way, Sami Zayn has become the final boss of the mid-card, and it doesn't matter, face or heel, he's gonna beat you if you're mid-card. And a lot of people are getting mad at me, like, oh, how dare you say that bad thing about Sami Zayn? I don't know, like, we're allowed to have disagreements. I love Sami Zayn, but as Raheem Robinson says, they did Solo dirty. That's my problem. All these people that Sammy just like destroys in his path. Like the other day in my video, Bronson Reed, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, Solo Sikoa, Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn, just beating them all, Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh man, did I say Bronson Reed? We got Joe Linton. What in the world is going on? Burying Solo's US reign for Sammy Hogan. Are you kidding me? Now I don't prescribe to calling him Sammy Hogan though, because Hulk Hogan, he did use his political influence. I don't think Sammy has political influence. I think just Triple H is in love with the guy. But even Fatu didn't beat Solo, and Sammy did? That means Fatu is an underdog now, more than Sammy. I'm Arabic. I like Sammy, but give me a break. I love you, Solo. All right, so here's another person who likes Sammy. I like Sammy, but we're still like, wow, he's winning a lot. I get certain people winning a lot. Like, I understand why CM Punk wins a lot, and Cody Rhodes even, but like, Sammy's a head scratcher to me. We got Charles Yancey Jr. saying, congratulations, Sammy Uso. Charles, I just want to tell you personally that I love your comments on the channel. I would say that me and Charles Yancey, we disagree on almost everything. Like, literally, we are polar opposites, but he always comes and he speaks his mind, and you always have something valuable to contribute, and I just appreciate that we can be on opposite sides of the fence a lot and still have a conversation with each other. We got Nada saying, happy for Sammy, but I'm also very upset for Solo. His whole faction is a joke. Even when Jacob was in it. These guys are talented and should be treated better. You know, that's a valid, okay, happy for Sammy, but what about Solo? And it's not just Solo. If Solo can't hang, then his minions for sure can't hang out. Like, the MFT, they got buried. I try not to use the buried word a lot, but like, MFT, buried. We got Comment of Doom. What was the point of SmackDown? The big bads, MFTs, are pathetic and have been from the start. Family-friendly PG guy says, Sammy as champion is going to be boring. Also, how can Solo beat Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match, but not beat underdog Sammy? Yeah, I mean, they have have the rocket on Jacob Fatu, and yet he's lost to Solo twice. But Sami, no way. Donatello Leonardo. So let me get this straight. We build up the Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa feud for months, and yet Jacob cannot overcome Solo, but Sami Zayn can with little effort. Not only can he overcome Solo 3 times, he beat him 3 times, not to mention how Sami easily 1v4'd this entire faction week in and week out. Yeah, it was like Damian Priest versus the Judgment Day all over again, and that soured me on Damian Priest. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably, if I haven't been watching wrestling since 2014 when Sami Zayn debuted, I probably would have soured on Sami Zayn by now. But if I had come back to wrestling around, I don't know, 2024, you know, when wrestling got cool again and hot again, when wrestling's on fire, according to Triple H, at WrestleMania 40, if I was to see and just start watching wrestling right then, I probably wouldn't like Sami Zayn. We have the luxury of seeing Sami go from underdog to jobber to conspiracy theorist to bloodline, Sammy Uso to where he is now. So we can so I give him a little bit of grace because I've seen his character for so long. But if I'm a new fan, I'm scratching my head wondering how this guy is beating Braun Breaker, an entire faction, Solo Sikoa, who at the beginning of the year was a threat to Roman Reigns. Like, I understand why new people would actually be a little how's this guy doing all of this? And I don't know. I think Sami Zayn is much better when he loses some matches. Like, I think Sami needs to lose. Rey Mysterio, yes, he was the ultimate underdog, but he has a pretty long list of losses. Sami Zayn, for real, isn't losing anything. Like, yeah, he did lose to Randy Orton in the King of the Ring finals. Oh no, he did lose to CM Punk in a Money in the Bank qualifier. Oh gosh, that's getting buried. CM Punk and Randy Orton beating you. So yeah, I don't know. I question this, and go literally check out my WWE has a Sami Zayn problem video from 2 days ago. Literally 2 days ago, I called this out, and I even said in the video, man, he's fighting Solo Sikoa. I don't want to see Solo lose his title, and then lo and behold, for real, this whole Sami situation, they aren't doing him favors by making him like the big dog Roman Reigns of the mid-card division. They just are not doing it. And if this is just a placeholder until he wins the Royal Rumble in Riyadh next year so he can then go and win the World Championship at WrestleMania, please believe me, I would love to see that moment at WrestleMania, but not this version of Sami. We gotta bring him down a couple pegs. I don't know how come Triple H is so good at booking faces than heels when he was a heel his entire career. Triple H, I don't know what your deal is, but for real, the heroes have to overcome obstacles and not just win all the time. And I know a lot of people are gonna just think that I hate Sami Zayn. I promise you I don't. But I don't want to see the entire fan base turn on him. I don't want to see a stubborn management creative team say, no, he's our guy we picked. We will not listen to anybody. We've been there. We've done that. That was the worst of Vince McMahon. Triple H, don't take the worst of Vince. Take the best of Vince. Let this U.S. title reign last 1 week. Let Solo Sikoa murder him next week and then make Solo strong again, because all we see now is this funny, awesome Solo Sikoa who's been doing crazy legs and all these funny things. Well, he just got buried again. All right, let's go on. Let's move on. Carmichael, dang kid, stop staring at your phone and look at John Cena in the eyes when he's apologizing to you. Kids these days, hey, it's hard for me to put down my phone sometimes. I bet the kid was trying to get a selfie, and that's why he was trying to get it, but all the fans were like, pushing him, so he's probably having a hard time getting the selfie. To be fair, I would want a selfie with John if he was apologizing to me. Then we got Nada. The Bo Dallas backstage segments were pretty awesome. I'd like to see the whole Wyatt Six back there with them. Now, I think it was better. I do think it was better that Bo went by himself. It's kind of like, it's almost more scary that this guy has so much confidence that he can go by himself, even though he has a whole army as well. Or I wouldn't mind if the other members of the Wyatts also went on their own and did something. Sayo reacts. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton feud being a placeholder till Cody comes back doesn't do it for me. They better redeem this by giving Drew the WWE title. IQ Lee, is it just me or you guys don't understand the storyline of Drew and Randy? What's the point of their feud again? I literally think the point of their feud is Randy showing Drew that Cody has friends. That's all I can think of. WTF patch. Monday Night Raw has all the stars: Roman, Seth, LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Braun, Rhea, Becky, Io, Naomi, Asuka, Dirty Dom, AJ Styles. What does SmackDown get? Sammy. LOL. They don't even use Orton or Drew to their capacity. Yeah, they don't. They really don't. They should just, oh my God, give the belt to Drew McIntyre, please. Judy Angela Jetson. Hi, Chop. I hope you're doing well. These aren't really hot takes. Well, if they're not hot takes, I'm not going to read them. No, I'm joking. But maybe you'll disagree. Clash in Paris is a 6-match card and only 1 women's match. Pathetic on WWE's part. I agree with that. I agree with that statement 100%. WWE likes to tout numbers and saying that, oh yeah, the women are just as big as the men. They're just as popular as the men. You don't believe that, because if you believed that, then you would book them to that standard. I think I heard a statistic once that the WWE's fan base is 40% women now. Okay, well then how about we have PLEs that represent that number? Can we have 40% of our match card be women? Okay, fine. Let's not do that. Can we have at least 2 matches? 2 freaking matches? That's not that hard. You got 5 titles. Just give me 2 matches. Let's start small. We don't need 40%. Let's just start small. 2 freaking matches can be dedicated to the women. If I recall, the Evolution PLE was the best PLE of the entire year. So, I wouldn't mind. This isn't me just trying to be I don't know. I'm not trying to be woke here. I'm just trying to be a wrestling fan. And when I watch the women wrestle, I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. They're doing a really good job. And, 5 titles. And we don't even have to have every feud with women don't have to have a title involved either. I mean, Naomi Jade was a perfect feud that didn't have any titles involved. We can do it. I believe in you guys. I know you can write for the women's division. So, I agree with you. Pathetic. Solo was done dirty. I agree with you. Done dirty. We haven't seen Cody in weeks. I don't understand why Cody Rhodes is gone. I just don't. I said this in my review. It's it doesn't make sense for Cody, who was I want the John Cena schedule, to be just gone. I get it. He has a movie. His wife just delivered a baby, but I don't know. We should have given him the title. For real, Cody Rhodes is on his 2nd title reign. Remember how much of a big celebration and just intrigue it was for Cody to finish his story. And yet now, when he wins it for the 2nd time, he gets 1 SmackDown and then he's just gone and nobody cares. Nobody is talking about him whatsoever. It's not a big deal. It's whatever. Cody's just not here. And I cannot agree with a babyface not showing up all the time. Brock Lesnar, he didn't care about the sport, so, him not being here makes sense. Roman Reigns, him not being here, he beat everybody. There was no one left. He came back when there was a challenger. Made sense. But for Cody to just be I'm not going to show up. We're on the same page, Judy. And how does it help Kiana James to get the Giovanni Vinci treatment swear to you, go watch my live stream. I literally said she just got Giovanni Da Vinci, and SmackDown is so bad it hurts. I actually liked this SmackDown though, so I do disagree a little. I liked it until Solo got done dirty. Rainy Day Studio says he didn't like it though. Honestly, worst show I've seen since I began watching again. Also, you could tell on Solo's face as he walked in. Like I said, I liked it, but then the ending. I did not like the ending. No bueno, that ending. Martin Broey says this wasn't the worst SmackDown I've seen recently, but it was just underwhelming as a go-home show to Clash. I don't think they do go-home shows anymore. Usually they have a match that could be on the PLE as the go-home show. The storylines are just so almost nothing. There's almost no real meat to any of these storylines going in. It's all just, I want your championship. I'm mad at you because you beat me. I'm going to fight you. That's it. It's like there's no real beef. We were talking like, why is Randy Orton attacking Drew right now? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. Yeah, he had a feud with a Jelly Roll and stuff at SummerSlam, but like, why was Jelly Roll and Randy Orton together? They never explained it. Why was Logan Paul and Drew together? Nobody explained it. Why is Drew even attacking Cody Rhodes? Because he wants a title. There's no real nothing here. It's just, I want your title. Even CM Punk and Seth Rollins has become, I just want your title. At least in the beginning of their feud, it was actual hatred, and now it's just, I want that title. I just want the title. I beat you up, you beat me up. That's all the feuds now. That's all they are. There's no need for a go-home show with a big juicy angle because WWE is just going to sell everything out anyways. And they're lazy. WWE's lazy right now when it comes to writing. Like, look at Damian Priest and Aleister Black. What is their feud about? Their feud is about Black got pinned by R-Truth. So Black was going to go beat up R-Truth, but Damian Priest stepped in, and now they're feuding. Like, that's it. Like, where's the hatred here? Goat Buggy, I think Tiffany Stratton's having a terrible title run because she just fights the same women again and again, and this is boring. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. This is a horrible title run. The only time her title run has been like really good was when she went off script and there was actually hate and animosity between her and Charlotte. Other than that, it's, I've got a title. I'm going to keep a title. I'm going to keep my title. You're not going to win the title. Romy, the disrespect to Solo is crazy. I was excited to see him defend the title outside the bloodline, but, well, that never really happened. Nope, it didn't. Skywalker, that went fast, but not in a good way. And to end it with Super Sami making Solo look like a squish. TTJC, I like the Wyatts are going back to attacking Bonds and how they are interacting with The Miz. I would love to see an emotional moment where he recounts his trials and tribulations with them on Raw. Yeah, I did appreciate that, actually. If we're going to have the Wyatt Six just be all spooky and showing up everywhere, it was nice to have Bo Dallas, actually, Uncle Howdy without the mask, just come in and start to put seeds of doubt in the tag team division. It was nice. It was a good development for the Wyatt Six to just have Bo Dallas actually be present and show up like a leader. Go Buggy. I love John Cena even more for apologizing to that kid. I love that moment. Oh my God, it was so great when he apologized to that kid. I couldn't believe it. That kid who he singled out and he's toxic was here tonight and John Cena apologized. John Cena's the GOAT. That was to me, that was the best part of SmackDown. That was such a cool moment and just very, very happy that kid was there. Jimbo Slice, I'm a little tired of all these punt kick teases. Yeah, Randy Orton for I think for about a year now, he keeps about to do the punt kick, and yeah, I don't know. I think he was gonna do it to Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, but then unfortunately Kevin had to not be in the match, and you can't do it to Joe Hendry because there's not enough hate and animosity there, so They're probably saving it. Hopefully the punt kick happens when he finally faces Cody. Comment of Doom also says, what should be your biggest story? Drew versus Randy is being treated like a footnote. It's worse than a footnote because it's not even the proper feud. It's like a side quest for Drew McIntyre as he goes after Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton should not be a side quest. Jay Nickel, if Logan is taking credit for ESPN, then maybe he is ruining wrestling. Oh, touche. Although, seriously, no one mentioned it, but Logan Paul, his promos have been killing it lately. For real, he's been killing it lately. And I'm starting to see people turn around. I forget who it was, but someone said, finally tonight I can separate the artist from the art. And I think Logan Paul has finally, after 4 years and 23 matches, has finally started to chip away, and people are starting to appreciate him as the giant jerk that he is. Chaos MD, babyface Cena is more boring than watching paint dry. I disagree, or maybe it's nostalgia, but I'm absolutely loving John Cena right now as a face. And but don't worry, you only got 7 or 8 more times to watch this paint dry. Oh, here we go. Miguel Heat. Here's my hot take, I think. Logan Paul, whom I legit don't like, but have to acknowledge his talent, will be the wrestler to benefit more from a John Cena feud compared to the other wrestlers Cena has faced since he's gone part-time. You're absolutely right here. I mean, this whole year, honestly, he's had more interaction with Logan Paul than anyone. I was really hoping that people would be put over, but honestly, it's been like John Cena's greatest hits. And so now we have 7 appearances left, and Logan Paul, for what it's worth, this will be a fresh new match. And you're right, Logan Paul will get the most benefit out of this retirement tour. I don't think it should have been that way. I really don't, but they botched that heel turn. And then we got Glacier Boy. Mello Don't Miz are having a pretty good mini story arc leading up to what probably is going to be their breakup, with Mello finally moving up to bigger things. I really hope so. God, I hope so. I am a huge Mello fan. I do kind of like Mello Don't Miz together. They're funny, and I wouldn't mind them lasting a little longer, but now that they lost this match, they should definitely disintegrate. And Mello is so much better as a heel than a face, at least from his NXT days, but let's do something with him. I'm glad I've seen him for 3 weeks in a row, but I want to see us do something with Mello. Whether Mello stays a heel or he becomes a face, please have something for him to do after the feud with Miz, because if not, it's back to catering. And then Nada says, excited for the Montez solo run. I'm sure that Dawkins will turn heel, and I think it will really help both of them. The Street Profits. There was a little seeds of dissension sowed by Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, today, and honestly, I've been pretty much a don't break up the Street Profits until I heard and realized that they've been together for 8 years. I think it's time to break them up. I really do. And I think Dawkins will be fine. I think he's very much underappreciated and just overshadowed by Montez Ford, but I think they're both good. I don't think either of them are going to be Marty Jannetty, but yeah, I cannot wait for Montez Ford as well. And I'm on board. I'm finally come around. It's been 8 years. Let's break them up. Let's break them up and see what they can do as singles. And so those are your hot takes for SmackDown. I thought Clash in Paris was actually today, but it's tomorrow. So we'll do live stream and then hot takes and then Monday and then hot takes and all that good stuff. So boys, girls, you have yourselves a wonderful day.